Hello, welcome back to Advanced Neurospinal Solutions. And we are on sleep because it's May. May is sleep month. And so we're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to talk about rhythms today. Rhythms are very important. They're very important within the nervous system, and the nervous system has some ways to create rhythms. And you're going to learn more about what we call circadian rhythms in this coming week. But right now we're talking about basic concept of rhythms, and there's two major ways that the brain creates rhythms. Now, what is the genius of the brain? You got all these different parts of the brain, and you say, "Wow, that's really cool." But what's really cool is how they work together and their timings and rhythms. That is the real genius behind it. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. It's pretty exciting, pretty cool. Because it can create rhythmic timings that can cause an infinite number of possibilities, an infinite number of things, and it can create a harmony not only within the brain, but it can create a harmony in its output into your body and into your understanding. So those rhythms are achieved in one of two ways. One is kind of like a pacemaker, we call it. And an example of a pacemaker would be the thalamus within the brain. Also, the inferior olive within the brainstem, and those are pacemakers, and they dictate a pace to the brain, and the inferior olive dictates a pace to the cerebellum, and that it's a lot like a conductor. Okay, so imagine if we had a conductor. And the conductor got up and he says, "Okay, we're going to sing this certain song, and I want you to follow my lead." And he is going to lead, and it's going to be a nice piece of music. It's going to sound wonderfully. But imagine if he gets up and he says, "I want you all to pick your favorite song, and I want you to do it. I want you to do it in your favorite key, and you're all going to play it at the same time. I'm going out for coffee." And what would that sound like? That would be horrible. Of course, that's without the conductor. Then on the other end of the spectrum, if you have a conductor and he says, "Okay, everybody knows an A. We're all going to play A, and every time I beat the time, you're going to do the letter A." And so he does A, 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 A. Once again, horrible, boring. Would you want to go to a concert? Would you want to go to a concert? Pardon the pun. Actually, don't pardon me. I do that all day long. So, but either way doesn't work very well. So we need the conductor in some cases. The other way it creates rhythms and timings is for the actual activity in the area to cause it to come into a rhythm. Now, you know this if you've ever been to a stadium and somebody started clapping, and as they started clapping, all these different people were clapping, but if they keep clapping, pretty soon they start to come together in a particular rhythm. And that is another way that it does it, with all these cells firing, because the thalamus actually has two different ways. It does the pacemaker thing, but it also has cells that are running close together, and they can start beating their own timing and creating that timing. So that's what those timings and rhythms are about. And next week we'll be talking a lot more about the circadian rhythm, where it comes from, because where we used to think it is not really where it comes from. It is an area that tries to dictate some of the time, but if you lose that area, we still have that circadian rhythm. So we'll be talking more about that. But remember, yesterday we talked about using hyperventilation as a way to see if we can get to sleep. So if you have any questions, please ask. And next week we'll do more on circadian rhythms. Talk to you soon, and remember, we're here at Advanced Neurospinal Solutions when you're ready to take your life back. Thank you. Bye.